Good morning, I'm heading to Dodger Stadium to get my vaccination.
Okay, let's get the good news out of the way first. If you don't feel like watching this whole video, here's what's most important. The whole process for getting a vaccination at Dodger Stadium is very organized. The staff were professional, friendly, and communicated clearly. There is no reason for you not to want to get vaccinated at a high-traffic site like Dodger Stadium. If you're a little nervous, that's okay. I was too. But having gone through it, I can tell you, there's nothing to worry about. I barely felt the vaccination at all, and it was over so quick I barely noticed it was happening. Now, if you're nervous about what you're going to experience, please watch all the way through. I didn't know what I was going to see or how it was going to work when I got to the stadium, so I'm going to try to explain the whole thing as quickly and clearly as I can, so you don't have to worry.
When I checked for appointments in my zip code, none were available, and I just figured, that means I'm not going to get it for a couple months. My wife, being the smarter of the two of us, decided to check Dodger Stadium, figuring, well, it's bigger, they might have more appointments, which makes an awful lot of sense now that I think about it. And sure enough, she found out that there were appointments available the very next day, which is today. So I'm on my way to Dodger Stadium, and this is what you can expect if you want to get vaccinated there. And you qualify, of course. All right, we're getting close. Time to get ready.
Yep, I'm that guy. Round controls, Major Tom.
I arrived at the stadium at 8:10 a.m., and there was basically no wait at that time of day, so I recommend going early if you can. When you arrive, you will see more traffic cones than I ever thought possible. They're everywhere. Thousands upon thousands. These are directing cars into lanes like those line mazes at theme parks. Remember theme parks? And it was probably empty-ish because I was arriving at the beginning of the day. There are some tents where all the cars gather, but not every lane is underneath a tent. There are representatives with vests that say CORE on them walking around. The things I took with me were a paper copy of the letter I got from my doctor, my driver's license to prove my residency, and the QR code that came with my appointment confirmation. As it turned out, I did not need the paper copy of my doctor's letter, and they didn't ask for my driver's license. They only checked my appointment on a tablet computer, and they did look at the digital copy of my doctor's letter. That was it. I was never asked to leave my van, and everything took place outside. There are portable bathrooms on site, but you should probably avoid using them if you can. So, how long did it take? It took a few minutes to get to the lineup, and I maybe waited about 10 minutes before I got checked in. Check-in and the actual vaccination took less than 5 minutes. After I got vaccinated, we stayed in our parking places for observation for 15 minutes, and then we were released. The whole thing took a little less than half an hour. The people who administer the vaccine have these little carts that are like stations. There's a cooler that has the vaccine doses in them, and of course syringes and gloves and alcohol for cleaning hands and wiping off your arm and such. When the nurse or doctor or phlebotomist or whoever came to give me my vaccination, she asked me which arm I wanted it in and if I had any severe allergies. She asked me to relax my arm by my side, swabbed my arm with an alcohol wipe, and then gave me the vaccination. That took about 5 seconds. The syringe was small and the needle was very, very thin. When she was done, she covered the vaccination site with a Band-Aid, which was awesome, but she did not give me a sucker, which was understandable, but not awesome. Afterwards, she told me which vaccine I got and told me to move my arm around to help reduce soreness in my arm over the next few days. After that, she gave me a card that had my vaccination information on it, and that was it. Now, as for how we made the appointment, I had a lot of questions about how this was going to work. But there are more and more opportunities to get vaccinated for people who qualify each day. Here's what worked for me. First, I called my doctor and asked for a short letter describing why I qualified for the vaccine. The doctor supplied that on his letterhead. My wife made the appointment on the website carbonhealth.com. After going through the process, we uploaded a scanned copy of that letter to the website. Then we got an email confirmation with the time and location of the appointment. It told me to report to the Golden Gate at Dodger Stadium, and that was it. I hope this video helps you feel all right about going to get your vaccine. Let's get back to real life someday. Someday soon. And don't forget, after you get your vaccination, move your arm around.
Doot beep. beep.